Karen is in Newham. Karen, good evening. What's your question?
Evening. I'm asking a question about capability at work. I'm on the last stage of capability. During stage 1, they decided that I'd failed the capability. And then what they did was they added something new to stage 2, which was a massive piece of work. So I now feel really overloaded. At the same time, despite the fact that in my job description, it says that I can delegate the work to my staff team, I've been told that I'm not allowed to delegate it. I have to do the work myself. So I'm feeling like I'm not being supported. I'm feeling overwhelmed. The background to this is that I was on probation for 2 years.
Well, Karen, just before you come to the background, tell me what you do, please.
I'm an administrator. I'm a senior administrator.
Sorry, a what administrator?
A senior.
Senior. For what sort of organisation?
An NHS organisation.
An NHS trust, presumably.
Yes.
And you talked about stage 1 and stage 2. That's of the NHS performance management process, I assume.
That's right, yes.
Sorry, carry on.
So my question is, are they allowed to, if I failed it, are they allowed to add another process to it because it becomes totally unachievable? And then the other question is, if they've decided at stage 1, yes, you've achieved that particular goal, can they bring it back on again and say, well, you're failing on this goal? It just always feels like the goalpost is being moved.
Yeah. Can I just ask you one other question first, Karen? You said you'd been on probation for 2 years. That sounds like a long time. Most probationary periods are 3 months or 6 months. Why were you on probation for 2 years?
It was a number of reasons. I mean, I fought the probation. They kept on saying I wasn't given an induction, so they kept on saying that I didn't know how to do the job.
Okay, Karen, I want to ask you a question which you may think is a little bit rude, and I apologise for that in advance. But is it really the case that your employer hasn't been happy with your performance from the day you started? Whether justified or not, is that the position?
That's more or less the position.
And is it your position that it's not your fault, it's their fault because they haven't supported you adequately?
Yes, I started as a temp. They were happy with my work as a temp. And then within about 20 days of me starting, they decided that my work wasn't good enough.
Okay, and that's lasted how many years now?
This is 4 years, so now I'm on capability.
So for 4 years they've had problems with your performance. They've turned it formal in the last 6 months or so, and you're concerned.
Over the last 2 years.
Over the last 2 years. Okay. Karen, I think, I am confident that if you were to be dismissed, and I hope that you are not, but if you were to be dismissed and bring a claim of unfair dismissal, a tribunal would think it wholly reasonable for your employer to add duties to what you're doing, because if you've been on probation for 2 years initially and there have been problems with your job performance for 2 years, they've probably not really been giving you all the jobs that a senior administrator should have, and they're entitled to push you to get you to do all the work that a senior administrator can have. So I don't think you're going to be able to challenge them, as you describe it, adding duties. And if you do get through this stage 2, and I very much hope that you do, they are entitled to say to you, we expect you to keep up these standards. We don't expect you to drop back again to the lower standards that we haven't been happy with for the last 4 years. It's very, very difficult going through a performance process. Nobody enjoys it. Maybe, Karen, it sounds like you haven't been happy in this job for a long, long time. Maybe, just maybe, you should think about looking for a job elsewhere, because sometimes someone's just not the right fit for a job, or the job's not the right fit for them, and they might be happier looking elsewhere. Karen, very best of luck with that. You're listening to the LBC Legal Hour. I'm Daniel Barnett, and the time is 9:17.
This is LBC.